So you need to buy an Apple product, but you think maybe you can save a few bucks if you don't go to the Apple Store. So you go to the largest online retailer or some other retailer online and you search there to see if they've got it. So for instance, we'll search here on Amazon for Apple earphones. And the first hit that comes up here is this one. Let's check that out. It even says it's by Apple. And sure enough, the first result here is a bestseller. That sounds good. Apple earphones. It even has a serial number. So it's probably the real thing, right? And it says it's by Apple. It's got to be the real thing. And best thing is it's almost half the price. These are usually 29 bucks. So let's go into this and we can see here, yeah, it's Apple. 3 stars seems a little low, but people like to complain about things, right? There's 10,000 reviews and it's cheap. And look, the product seems to be just like the ones you've got. So you go ahead and order these, but what you're going to get aren't the real things. They're not the real things at all. I got my hands on these and I was able to compare them to the real ones. So somebody in my family bought these fake ones and I compared them to the real ones bought at the Apple Store. And the packaging is completely different. It's actually more substantial with the fake ones. It's a plastic case, really cheap plastic case. And it was held together with a little piece of Scotch tape though, which I know Apple would never do. That Apple's got those little nice round pieces of tape where things are glued together in a certain way. So this is a kind of a really cheap, feels cheap packaging. The Apple one is this nice retail packaging. Very different. And there were lots of other little signs as well. There's the tape there. And opening them up and looking at them closely, they look very similar, but there are some differences. Notice the little R there for right, and there's one for left as well. It's a lot darker than any I've ever seen on an Apple set of earbuds. The cable seems just a little cheaper. It's not quite right. But the main thing is, of course, that they don't sound right. And trying these out, we could tell right away that they didn't sound right. So here's the Apple packaging. And Apple packaging's got to be very eco-friendly. And it comes with a little instruction booklet and everything. The idea is less waste here. Apple's done a lot to eliminate waste and get higher ratings for being environmentally friendly in their packaging. And here's the real thing. And they definitely feel just a little bit better. There's really no definitive reason why they feel better. They just do. There's a little bit of just feels like they're more solid. But the definite difference can be heard comparing one to the other. There was no question, especially in the base range for these, no question that these were real ones and the other ones were just really cheap, poor headphones. So how can you avoid this? How can you identify counterfeit products on online sales pages? Well, fortunately there are a lot of red flags here. So despite the fact it says it's from Apple, this isn't the name of an Apple product. They're not called Apple earphones. Matter of fact, even the old ones were called earbuds and the current ones are called earpods. Here's the actual product at the Apple page. So they're called earpods with 3.5 millimeter headphone plug. That's the official name. And if this was a real thing, at the very least it would have that official name there. Of course, the price is a red flag too. You're not going to be able to buy Apple products that cheaply. Then if you go to the reviews, there are tons of people here that talk about the fact that these are not really Apple headphones. Tons of them. And you think, well, maybe if there was one there and everybody else said they were real, maybe that one person was mistaken. But there's plenty of reviews here that say they're not. Even in the question and answer session, people ask over and over again, are these authentic? And their answer is no. Now, of course, there are a bunch of 5-star reviews too. Maybe some of those are fakes. Other ones seem to be from people that aren't too picky and are just excited about getting a replacement set where the price is okay. But obviously there's enough here for you to be extremely suspicious of this product and move on. But you're not necessarily stuck paying full price for Apple products. There are a lot of alternatives out there. For instance, for earphones, There are lots of third-party earphones that are just fine, that are cheaper than $29 and are decent. They're not trying to be counterfeits. They're their own thing and they work on a variety of different devices. And you may want to look into those if you don't want to spend the money to get things full price. And the same goes for a lot of different Apple peripherals. But you should definitely try to avoid these counterfeit ones because not only are they lying to you about being real, but in most cases they're very poor quality.